With another episode of El Sampler Pod. As always, JJ's right over here. I'm Javi. Take it away.
All right, man. So we're going to be talking to you about a couple different things. A lot of interesting things happen on Monday Night Raw. We're not going to go over a recap. Don't worry about that. You know we don't do that here.
No.
We don't do that here. So yeah, unless it's Friday Night SmackDown and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns comes out. But anyways, so apparently War Games is upon us. In a couple of weeks, we will be having Survivor Series and we will be having another War Games going on. Will it be better than the Bloodline War Games? Or would it be worse? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it doesn't have the emotional part that last year had. Because you had the whole Sammy thing. We're like, what is Sammy going to do?
Yeah.
Because honestly,
I don't think they're going to be able to talk.
Yeah, but more than anything, it was, what is Sammy going to do? Because you have Kevin Owens on one side, and is he going to betray his best friend? That was it. You have that story. Right now, there's just a bunch of guys that don't like each other. There's really nothing there. Like, all right, cool. But then again, who's the center of the story? It's Sammy.
Adam Pearce.
Technically, which he was trying to pull a Triple H the other day, and it kind of failed miserably. I was like, all right, bring out the sledgehammer. Time to play the game. Like that's, I'm like, come on, bro. Like, no, stop. But hey, but I like him. He's cool. But that's the thing. Like this time, Sammy's also the center of that whole War Games thing.
Which I don't get. It's mainly because like, and look, I wanted to talk more about the War Game stuff. I personally could predict the whole group. It's gonna be Judgment Day versus the Babyfaces of Raw, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn. Technically, it's supposed to be 5-on-5.
Yeah. So who knows?
So who knows if they're gonna add somebody else? Who knows? Maybe they just add
maybe Drew goes to the
woman.
Judgment Day. Something crazy.
No. I was gonna say I think like a woman, and they have Rhea Ripley. I doubt it.
No, that I think would mess up the flow of the whole thing.
Yeah, but Drew McIntyre will be cool. Like, which we could talk about that if you want. Like, Drew McIntyre could potentially be turning heel, which is great for him. He lost on Crown Jewel. I was disappointed, and so far, hey, a lot of people are agreeing with us. Like, hey, like we like Seth Rollins, but we can't connect with him. Nope. With him having this title, and like one of the guys from Wrestle Talk was saying, I can't remember his name, that he was saying like why do I find myself rooting for the guy that's going against Seth Rollins every single time?
Yeah, that's what it's turning into, because it's old already. Nobody wants to hear it. First of all, he has a miraculously healing back, so nothing happens. They hit him. Yeah, he sold pretty well against Drew, but then the next day, what happens on Raw? Like nothing happened. Dude, what? In fact, I would have rather have him, instead of him showing up on Raw, just have him say, hey, he wasn't medically cleared because, he got his ass whooped with Drew McIntyre. Cool.
It kind of gives him a little bit of credit, I guess.
No, it doesn't, because he's not selling anything, bro.
No, I'm saying, like, if he were to do that, if that was to happen.
Yeah, I think that
it will help him. It will help.
Yeah, it would work. You get some sympathy, right? He's supposed to be a babyface. Then you have, and kind of going back.
But talking about babyfaces.
Wait, no. But just one quick thing. I hated how they ended their match. The one with Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins just literally, he hit all of his moves and everything. It should have been like a roll up or something. Like we talked before, like we talked in the prediction show.
Big dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's Roman doing the spear and all that stuff, okay, believable. But Seth Rollins is like, bruh. Like,
plus the fact, I think it would have added to Drew McIntyre's rage, because he's pissed, right? Because he wasn't able to have his title run like he wanted to, right? So if Seth just beats him like that, it would be like this weasel, like he weaseled it. Yeah. But then Seth beats him clean. But Seth wins clean, and it's like, all right, cool. So what are you supposed to do? Handshake? Or it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. To me, the only thing that I would see with Drew McIntyre that I would love to see. He gets to WrestleMania. He goes against Seth Rollins. Let's leave the title on Seth Rollins. There's a method to the madness. He wins the championship, and Damian Priest cashes in on him. And then Rio's like, see, I told you should have joined the Judgment Day. That I think would be pretty cool.
I don't know if I can tolerate 6 more months of this shit.
No, but don't tell me. Well, if WrestleMania was 3 months from now, it was like Rumble, it'd be great.
Yeah,
it'd be great. Because I would love to see, because then we could really see a really pissed off Drew McIntyre. We could see him just wreaking havoc, just going savage, just going crazy, and that would work. That would work. I would love to see that.
That would work. That would work. I would not want to have 5 more months of potential Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre stuff, which it gets me to my next point, which is what I've been wanting to talk about, and I wanted to make this video on, is about how every Monday Night Raw babyface is a fucking superhero. It feels like I'm watching Marvel movies every single time I tune into Monday Night Raw. Because these babyfaces are just like, when was the last time that the babyfaces took an L? I don't remember.
The only one that takes an L is Sami Zayn. That's it. He's the only one. He's the only one.
There you go. Yeah.
Because Jay doesn't take an L, even though they take an L and then they get it back.
Cody Rhodes doesn't.
No, Cody
And
Rhodes.
miraculously, he got, what was it that his ankle, his leg,
his ankle, and then nothing.
I can't remember, and then nothing ever happened. The man is walking perfectly fine. By the way, he has the worst acting of a limp I've ever seen. Like, that shit is terrible.
Hey, but his walk is better. What? He just looks so. He looks hilarious, bro.
He looks like fucking RoboCop, just walking down the ramp.
It was like a frog or something.
But anyways, like, man, it's pissing me off because it just feels like every single Monday it's the same shit. It's Judgment Day, and then the Babyfaces, and then it's Judgment Day, and then the Babyfaces, and then it starts off with the Babyfaces, and then it ends with the Babyfaces and Judgment Day. Or then it starts with Judgment Day, and then the Babyfaces get involved, and then it ends with the Babyfaces and Judgment Day. It's like, bro, come
and JD
on.
McDonough getting his ass whooped.
It's like, yo, like, you guys are trying to Judgment Day as the Bloodline 2.0, but it doesn't work. Like, there's no connection, and I get it. They're a strong faction and things like that. What they should have really done was, hear me out.
Okay.
Some way, somehow, I know this wouldn't happen. Like, realistically, some way, somehow, they just start whooping. The Judgment Day just start whooping on Sammy and whooping on Jey Uso. If the whole storyline of Cody Rhodes and everybody else having a circle jerk with everybody there, then you could potentially have this. It could kind of work. Jey Uso, Sami Zayn are constantly getting whooped by the Judgment Day, and then for some reason Roman never wanted them to leave, so then Roman actually goes to the show just for a one-time thing, and then you have a War Games with the Bloodline against the Judgment Day. It's just a one-time thing, kind of like how they did the Shield a couple of nights, that it was like a one-off type thing, and then they would just break off again. You know what I mean? Because they're technically on different shows. I don't know. I just think that they had the Bloodline versus the Judgment Day. I think it would have been cool. You know what I mean? Even though realistically, like, the Bloodline is 20 times stronger. You know what I mean? That's like the ultimate boss.
I wouldn't. You know what? I don't know.
No, I'm talking about if they were all together. No,
they were all together. Yeah. But if it was like
right now, it's a whole different story.
Plus the only thing I don't like about that is, and forget about even the storyline. Just looking at, per wrestling, you're gonna kill one of the two factions. Like, it's gonna hurt one of the two because it's still gonna look weak. So you don't want either one to look weak, because if those are the two main storylines of your two main shows, just keep them separate as much as you possibly can.
It's kind of like fantasy booking. I'm just doing it. But like, realistically, like, getting back on the subject of like Babyfaces, Judgment Day, and me being pissed off about it, it's like, dude, it's like the same repetitive thing that happens every single time.
Yeah.
And now it's getting to the point where it's like so predictable. Why the fuck this Sami Zayn just got a title match just because he literally took the freaking briefcase from Damian Priest on Crown Jewel, and then he miraculously gave it back to Adam Pearce.
Yeah, because we never saw anything. If it's Seth, like, oh yeah, you had to give it back to Pierce, right? Right? Like, the hell, dude?
It makes zero fucking sense because it's like,
no, that would have been cool for them to have a storyline with him running around and Damian Priest chasing after him, or JD or whomever it is, and that way you could explain him not cashing in for a long time without him having to go like a dope every fucking pay-per-view. Oh, it's your money on the bank. The wild duro, and then also something happens. Something always happens,
and always something.
And it's getting
At this
old.
point, just take
like
the
3 or 4
briefcase
times. I'll give it a.
Yeah,
they're gonna pull a.
Give it to anybody. At this point, give it to
pull the Otis.
Give it to Akira Tozawa. Like at this point, it will probably be more entertaining than.
He is very entertaining. I don't know if you saw that video of them dancing yesterday. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw. He was also on NXT. He had a good match against Naaman Dar.
He's a damn good worker, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
But anyways,
a comedy guy.
Yeah. Well, but anyways, this is getting out of hand, and it kind of like it. I don't want to tune into Monday Night Raw if it's gonna be the same shit.
Yeah. Well, even though realistically, the only thing I have to say about that, I'm not too concerned about the whole Judgment Day thing because I think there's still a lot to work with. My problem is, why do the baby faces always have to win? It always looks like the baby. Give me some intrigue. Give me some intrigue. Baby
faces are superheroes.
Yeah,
that's what they're giving us.
You can't relate to them.
No,
you can't relate to them. And then why do you think adults hated John Cena? Because he was Super Cena. Now we have 4.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Which is worse.
Thank you.
And they all have fucking catchy songs. Which is worse.
Oh yeah. Whoa. You have Cody with his. You have what's his name? Sami Zayn with his other one. it's just too much. Then you have Seth with his whole thing. Like, come on, man. Like, you're seriously. And then you have Jay with the. Oh
my God, it's so.
That is so weird.
Cringe.
It's weird.
Cringy. It's cringy. That's what it is. Every time
it's
I
cringy,
see it,
but
like,
it's cringy, but it's weird too. Because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is that? It just looks weird.
Why are you doing that? You're not a babyface, dude. You're a natural heel. Everybody that's Samoan, you're a natural fucking heel. Okay, like, I'm just saying.
Well, even though granted, in my opinion, he actually is more over than Cody Rhodes is. And he is more over than Seth Rollins, even though he's technically not a real. Even though, well, them two, they're not natural heels either. Sammy's their best. Their best.
So, like, if we were gonna rate the biggest babyface right now on Monday Night Raw,
Sami
Zayn.
Sami. Yeah, there's no question. Because at least in his case, he doesn't even have to suffer that much. Yeah, well, but he doesn't have to suffer that much. Why? Because we've already seen him suffer a lot over a year. We already saw his story, how it panned out. So right now, he's probably the most beloved character in WWE. Everybody loves him. Like, there's not one person you can say, oh yeah, but Sami. No, Sami's awesome.
No, he's awesome.
I didn't like Sami before. Before I went to the Bloodline, I never liked Sami Zayn. I could appreciate his work, but I never liked him. But his stuff with the Bloodline, I'm like, dude, like how do you not like that stuff? His stuff was gold. Yeah. I mean, he gave that faction an extra 8 or 9 months of life, just because
it was very oozy of him. Which, by the way, like, Cody Rhodes was saying that we're not finished. This story is not finished. At this rate,
I can't stand the story, bro.
I'm ready to burn
the damn book. Seriously, burn it down.
At this rate, all that's gonna happen is that for some apparent reason at War Games, it's gonna be Babyfaces versus Judgment Day, and if the Babyfaces win, Cody Rhodes gets the briefcase.
I hope not.
Like, honestly, Zayn is doing the right thing. Like, he's starting from the bottom, working his way in Judgment Day. But right now, it's like you have every babyface going against Judgment Day. Like, why?
I don't know. I really. I mean, I guess because they have a lot of people, so you kind of want that.
It's
but
to do the War Games thing, but bro, like it shouldn't be happening since like fucking June.
yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That's true. I guess they were trying to see if it got over or not, and it seems like they were happy with their work. But like I said, you know, I think this is the biggest two issues with that whole thing are Cody Rhodes and Jay. I would have rather Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I wouldn't mind seeing a tag team of Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. If instead of having Cody Rhodes with Jay, have Sami and Jay. They do have a.
Because they did it before.
Yeah, but they have a history together. There is a storyline there. It's just, you know, it's kind of like if you would have put Jimmy with Jay over there in Raw. Yeah, because there's a story. They're freaking brothers, so we know it. but I don't know, man. I really don't know. But anyways, going to the next thing. Logan Paul winning the U.S. title on Saturday.
Predicted it. I just want to say that.
I mean, it's great to have another Puerto Rican as the U.S. champion, el Boricua, el gallito de Dorado.
Facts. We said it. We said that it will be the best for business. And watch, he's gonna come out of what is it? Undisputed? Is it undisputed?
No, this is the U.S. title, U.S. championship.
No, I'm talking about his show, his YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, God,
on something.
No.
But anyway, he's gonna be on his podcast with the belt. You know what I mean?
Every day
Shining
there,
shining it. Yeah. And then, yeah, man, I think it's gonna set up for LA Knight.
Evading taxes. But
for LA Knight to potentially have a title match for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them too at even at the Rumble. I mean, because you could have Logan Paul with the title for 3 months, and that's fine. That's okay. And then, you know, LA Knight could actually give that championship a little bit more prestige.
Which since we're talking about LA Knight, I think it's great that, by the way, to finish up my thought about Logan Paul, I think it was awesome. We predicted it. I think it was awesome that Logan Paul won. It was the right choice to make, to have him win. So I think that was correct, and they hit a nail. And that was probably the best, I don't want to say the best match, but like the best swerve of the night at Crown Jewel. Because the rest of because everything else was predictable.
Actually, the solo win, that one I didn't see coming.
The way that he won.
And he won dominantly. Like, he just destroyed John Cena.
Yeah.
So
he saw him.
He saw literally.
So, yeah. But since we were talking about LA Knight, what do you think is going to happen now with LA Knight now that he lost? Do you think he's going to come out on Friday Night SmackDown and then just cut a promo making up some lame-ass excuse on why he lost? And it's like, oh, somebody got involved.
Well, that's not an excuse. That is the truth, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, but realistically, like, nobody got involved and hit him.
Roman cannot win.
Hold on. I know. Huh? Hold up. Yeah. So, like, realistically, nobody got involved, like, before. Like, before, everybody would get involved, and then it will be kind of like somebody will super kick them or blah, blah, blah. That didn't happen. It was just more like distractions. So technically, that's on him.
The
like,
leg,
realistically,
the leg, the 3 count. That was
no. I'm talking about
Roman would have lost.
No. I'm talking about realistically that wasn't gonna happen. But like on top of that, I don't know if you noticed, but nobody ever fucking noticed. And obviously the commentators didn't say anything. But Roman's leg was actually underneath the rope. The whole time underneath the rope. If you go back and watch the match, the angle that they switched it real quick, and then his leg was actually underneath the rope.
I know, but that's fine. Just kind of it's kind of a technicality there. I understand where you're going, which if they go and review stuff, but not about the review. It's just more like the count would have never pinned. I mean, the pin would have never counted. But like my point is that whenever we had this match, nobody got involved to like hit LA Knight. Like we've had plenty of times before that Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn with the Samoan spikes, and Cody Rhodes with the 50 Samoan spikes and all that shit. You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm referring to. Like super kicks, RKOs, tombstones.
Yeah, like none of that
Cars.
stuff really happened. It was just more like him getting distracted that Fat Jimmy was there.
Well, and that's to a certain extent it's okay because LA Knight technically is not at that level yet. Kind of like
He's not.
But kind of like
He's
what Bully
not.
Ray.
And-
That's kind of like what Bully Ray has explained in the past. Like, how do you have a legend like Sting all of a sudden beat somebody? If you think about it as video games, he's on a different level, right? So every time he hits you, it's gonna hurt you hard. Obviously, it's kayfabe; it's not real. But it's kind of the same thing where if that same match it would have been Cody or it would have been Sammy, they should have won if that was the case because they're at a higher level than LA Knight is right now, at least in ring, or even Seth Rollins, as much as we can't stand him right now, but it would have been the case. So LA Knight technically isn't ready to be that guy. Now I was impressed with his in ring. I think he worked really well, and that does say a lot of Roman Reigns' ability to tell a story. Yeah. It's one of the best matches he's had in a while.
He definitely guided the whole match.
Yeah. The one thing that I don't like, and that's it's a bad thing about him have him showing up more often if he were to, which we know he's gonna go on vacation again. That you already know that it's gonna be a screwy finish. Like it's like, okay, we know they're not gonna win. There's gonna be some kind of screwy finish. Like it almost takes away it's like you watch it just to see what's gonna happen, but there's almost no emotion behind it.
It just kind of like getting to the point with, because I have to blame WWE in writing about this because it's like, dude, he's the dominant champion or whatever you want to categorize him as. He's technically a powerhouse. Why couldn't he just fucking beat him clean or whatever? I get it that you're trying to protect LA Knight, but you cannot protect every fucking babyface. Back in the days, not every babyface was protected. Like John Cena lost a lot.
Well,
come on.
See, I think they could not have him face the top baby faces, have him face mid-tier, kind of like what Gunther did with Chad Gable. He beat him clean, but it was a war, right? And it made Chad Gable, and now you could actually see Chad Gable winning one of the championships, not maybe the heavyweight championship, but you can kind of see him winning the IC championship or the US championship if he moves brands. At some point, he looks credible. That type of babyface could be used for Roman Reigns. It doesn't have to be against the top guy all the time. It could just be somebody wins a tournament and let's see, oh, you're never going to beat me. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute. You took him to the limit, but Roman still wins. And he wins clean because he's somebody that, even with that loss, he's still moving up. Let me be like a Ciampa or even like a Johnny Gargano or somebody like that, where you could be like, you're like, there's no way in hell. And all of a sudden you're watching the match and you're like, oh, is this actually going to happen?
It can happen. Big.
Yeah, it'll get you that point. And then he actually,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then he wins because he's more physically imposing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. That's what you can do.
WWE got to do Vince McMahon faction. Action. So it's like,
I don't know.
All the freaking top baby faces have to be in the top. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I think they have to get. It's one of those things where, and it's sad to say, but we're not in Mania season yet. I do think they need to take that title away from Roman at this point, but the problem is they don't have anybody set up for it. That's my only concern.
And that's crazy. It's been 3 years and they haven't set up anybody for that.
No, they thought they did because they thought it was Cody. And now we're saying that it may not necessarily be Cody. Seth Rollins, you could always kind of, give him the title, whatever it is. But this is such a big deal. And I've actually gone back and forth on this because they do have a history and everything. But at this point, Seth having that other championship, I think it kind of muddied the water and kind of took him out of contention for that championship. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm stumped because they kind of dug their own grave, in my opinion.
Yeah.
With the whole Roman thing. In fact, looking at it right now, they should have taken it at the castle, or they should have given Sammy the damn title and call it a day, and then have him come back, win it again, and give it another reset.
And if you really want to weigh in on Seth Rollins is a better champion, he's defending the title more and things like that, but it's like, realistically, yes, he is. Live events, Raws, and all that stuff. Great for him. He's wrestling a lot. But like realistically, name any of those matches that had any weight to them, that had any meaning, that elevated somebody else.
I thought you said wait because I thought he did. Didn't he go against Otis or?
No, really. But like realistically, like it was just matches, bro. Like you were doing what a lot of AEW does, which is like have a dream match every single fucking week. That's what they've been doing with Seth Rollins, and like you have a story for 2 weeks, and then it's like, oh, you have a big match, blah blah blah.
The closest thing is Drew. That's the closest thing they come to a story with that.
The closest thing was Shinsuke. Even though realistically, you never
thought that Shinsuke was realistically going to beat Seth, but Drew.
Sorry.
Yeah, but Drew, definitely, we thought he had a chance.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. I don't know, but let's see. Let's see what happens in the rest of the week, and then in the next few weeks before Survivor Series.
War Games.
Which, by the way,
War Games.
It's in Chicago, which hopefully we get fire burns. This fire.
CM Punk
with
comes
that song, just like he did against John Cena. Oof.
But then what will he do? It's more like the bigger question.
Bro, it doesn't matter what he does.
He could just stand there.
He could just stand there, go
and
back
then
to
the Judgment Day
wins.
You imagine he joins the Judgment Day?
No, I don't think so, because he's going to try to take over the faction. It should
that
come
would
back
be fine.
No, I think it would disrupt everything.
You know what? He will come back. If he would be great if he came back as a heel, and then face all of these bitch ass baby faces.
No, the one that needs to come back for that is Randy. He's the one who really need just start punting.
And then he just cuts a promo on all of them. It's like, you're not a baby face. Who do you think you are? Hulk Hogan?
You're just soft. You're just soft.
You've been going against the Judgment Day for 6 months. I've been watching from my couch. You guys have not brought anything.
No, and you know what? I was okay. I was medically cleared, but I didn't want to come back to face you bums. But guess what? I was bored, so I'm back. Just start punting everybody.
And on top of that, they gave me a pay raise. So
yeah. And now I don't have to carry a bum with me around as a tag team partner anymore. So we're good.
Exactly.
Bruh.
Fuck him. But anyways. Sorry, guys. But anyways, man, that was it for this episode. It was a little bit of everything. It was more like a rant than anything else. Hey, if you guys don't agree with it,
ideas.
Yeah, let us know down in the comment section. We are really over this babyface superhero stuff that we are running into. It just feels like I said, Marvel all over again. So yeah, man. So anyways, this was your boy JJ. You got Javi over there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, sign up for the memberships. Deuces.
Peace.
Peace.